Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Northern Marianas, rise up to the challenge! June 17th through June 25th, the Northern Marianas will be hosting the NM Pacific Mini Games 2022. Athletics, badminton, baseball, beach volleyball, golf, tennis, triathlon, va'a, and weightlifting. Visit northernmarianas2022.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks to the Tensu Lim Foundation, Joe Tendai Foundation, T Galleria, Docomo Pacific, ITNE, NMC, Elan Group, Marpac, Fish Guy Scuba Charter, Atkins Kroll, Glorified City Limit, McDonald's, Mobile, Triple J, NM Tech, and Bank of Guam.
Sipping on a delicious drink from McDonald's may have you thinking, what makes these drinks just hit different? Don't overthink it. Just enjoy it. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Cool off this summer with McDonald's Minute Maid Slushies. Try the new Tropical Mango or returning favorite, Strawberry Watermelon, for a limited time.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus.
And I'm Adriana Cotero. And I'm Lanny Walker. And welcome to our coverage of the 2022 Pacific Mini Games opening ceremony.
And this is really a big ceremony, a huge event. Everyone is so excited. We've been telling these stories, talking to the community all week, and everyone's just so proud that we have everyone from all over the Pacific here to join us.
Yes, it is so great to see so many people here, so many cultures. You know, we all share one Pacific spirit, and we are so happy to be the host country this year.
That's right, Sally. And now we take you into our opening day ceremony coverage.
The idea was thought of in 1959. South Pacific Commission were thinking of ways of bringing the people of the Pacific together, because we spread dotted all over the Pacific, which is the largest span of sea. Traveling is very difficult, so we very seldom meet one another. So they thought of the Pacific Games. In those days it was South Pacific Games and the Pacific Arts Festival. Two events to get the people of the Pacific together. So that's what it does. We now, through the Pacific Games, we get the people of the Pacific together every 2 years.
So you're the CEO of the Pacific Games Council. You have seen many of these games happen.
Yes.
How does it feel to be here in Saipan and also see this one start tonight and come to be?
It's so exciting. We've waited so long to come here. It's the first time we've ever brought the mini games to the Northern Marianas. It was awarded in 2014, so it's 8 years in the making. A lot of ups and downs along the way, but it's a beautiful afternoon and we're very thankful and grateful to the people of this beautiful island and Rota and Tinian for welcoming us all today.
You know, we have all of these countries, the Pacific culture. You know, what can you say about it?
You know, just this morning to receive a blessing on the radio from Tahiti, I knew it's going to be a beautiful night, beautiful day. Although, we had a blessing earlier, slight storm set us back, but we're back on our feet. And we're just thinking about that blessing this morning. And I know these guys are going to be excited to carry on because, man, where do you find a country calling in and blessing us here in the islands for what we did for them? I mean, this is the first time that in any history that they're staying in a village. And you know that village. I don't even have to say it, but you know that village. It's the way we are, and just the way they were expressing it on the radio this morning, and Gary was translating it. It's just the unbelievable hospitality that we're giving them.
So you're seeing the opening ceremony, and you're someone that's been here since the beginning of Pacific Mini Games. I mean, your office is right there. You're in the middle of it all. How do you feel seeing the community come together and we're finally having this day?
Today is a great day for us here in the Commonwealth. I just want to say thank you to all the people that work very hard to this day. They put the things together very, very good. I hope everybody enjoys the competition and the good sportsmanship and return home happy and leaving our island very happy.
Oh, it's exciting. This has been a long plan. I believe this one was started during supposedly 2016. I'm very happy that they all made it here.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under sea NMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
And now we take a look at the games from these past days, starting with the island's favorite, baseball. NMI versus Guam, and NMI takes the first win for the welcoming game.
It was a full house at Tonko Field for the first baseball game held there in 4 years. It's been a long road back for the NMI's national pastime. 2 super typhoons did major damage to the facilities, and the field just got finished a day or two before the tournament. Mood, very festive, standing room only in the crowd that circled around the entire field. Governor Torres throws out the first pitch.
you, Governor.
Josh Jones on the mound for Team NMI, the smooth-throwing lefty, in command early, mixing up his fastball and curveball against the young Guam team. NMI would score first. Runner on third, Ben Jones on first. Tyrone Omar at the plate. He's going to fake a bunt here to get Jones to second base. Jones steals the bag, and the NMI now has runners on second and third with A.J. Lazama at the plate. Lazama dives into third, and he's got 2 RBIs, and NMI is on the board, and that's going to give Jones a little breathing room. NMI would add a run in the fourth. Francisco Nakamura at the plate.
And that's a solo home run for Franco Nakamura, making the score now 3-0.
It's a solo shot, 3:30 down the line. NMI now up 3-0. NMI trying to push another one across, but Guam catcher makes a nice play here. Ball gets away from him. Shane Yamada takes off for second, but he's stopped in his tracks, realizes the throw's going to beat him, and then he's tagged out in the rundown. Jones would take a no-hitter pretty deep in this game, but Guam would get a hit, break up the no-hitter, and squeeze a run across in the top of the fifth inning to make it 3-1. NMI would add another insurance run in the bottom of the frame. Shane Yamada on first, Tony Tenorio at the plate. Yamada scores on a bang-bang play at the plate. That one could have gone either way. 4-1 now, and Jones tosses a complete game, giving up just one hit with 14 strikeouts, and this one's in the books. NMI 4, Guam 1. After the game, NMI and Guam shake hands. The NMI will play Palau next, and that will be held on Saturday night.
There was an overflow of baseball fans Thursday night at the Oleai Sports Complex for the opening game between NMI and Guam. NMI took the win 4-1 with a single home run from catcher Franco Nakamura, who says when you see a ball, you hit.
It just happened. Yeah. See ball, hit ball. See you later. Boom.
What was your feeling when you made that home run?
Adrenaline. You know, I stopped right here at third base. I'm like, oh, what just happened?
Joshua Jones was the starting pitcher of the game, coming all the way from the stateside to represent the NMI in these mini games.
Feel great, you know, freaking pitching in front of our people. I've never pitched with this so many people out, you know. They got our support. That's why we won. Not only that, too, my teammates had my back. I had their back, and we're not done yet, so we're still going.
Jones made 14 strikeouts against Guam, and playing on home field may have had something to do with that.
They're good, you know, they're a very young team. They're still learning, but this is our turf, you know. They're not going to come here to take us out on our first game, our opener in front of our people. No way.
Coach Darren Flores proud of the win and hopes for more.
Man, you can't ask for anything more than winning at home, on setting the tone on our first game versus our rivals of the territory of Guam. But I can't ask for our pitcher, Josh Jones, pitcher jam. I know a little bit in the first, second, third inning, a little butterflies, but we finally chemistry started coming together, and it's building more and more. And as you can see, Franco set that tone with that home run, and the morale just stayed on our side the whole way. But you can't ask for more than 14 strikeouts from Josh Jones, and our hometown crowd right all behind us.
The field was congested with hundreds of visitors and fans who definitely miss watching baseball in the CNMI.
Because of COVID, we haven't really had a lot of games going on, so it's really great to have everyone come in together and watch.
I was back there, I couldn't hear it, so I came forward. Yeah, we got to work on the speakers because back there we were like lost, so I got over here. But yeah, I know some of the players, so that's why I came over the front. And I'm glad NMI won.
3 years is a long time. Tonight Tonight was awesome. Game was good. Both teams played good. Good that CNMI team took the win today, and it's exciting. Everyone, come over, watch the games. Thank you.
Baseball has always been a sport here for the islands, and just to see everybody come out, the community, completely busy from all sides of the fence to here. It's great, and for CNMI to get that win, it's even better.
Tennis players completed 66 matches on Thursday, the first day of competition during the 2022 Pacific Mini Games. The NMI's Colin Sinclair, Robbie Shore, and Colin Ramsey all won their matches against the Kiribati men's team. 2 rounds of pool play were completed on Thursday. The final 2 rounds were held on Friday. The semifinals of pool play will be held Saturday morning, and the team event medal matches will be held Saturday afternoon. Joint Executive Officer for the Oceania Tennis Federation, David Smith, says results were pretty much as expected for day 1 of pool play. Smith added that matches should move forward without too much delay in progress, despite the rain on Friday morning and early afternoon. Today is the second day of the tennis competition, and we speak to 2 female tennis players who traveled to Saipan to compete in the mini games. 15-year-old Sydney Packbuyer from Guam completed a set against Kiribati before the rains on Friday morning and won 4-1 for love.
The girl was really good. We had some good rallies and she had really good serves, but yeah, I think I just made a little less errors.
Packbuyer says the games have given her an opportunity to stretch her skills.
Obviously, we're going into it wanting to win matches. But I think the biggest thing is just to test my limits and to work on my game, and win or lose individual matches and the whole thing, it's just about learning more about myself and pushing myself and playing new opponents, because in Guam we don't really play a lot of new people, so these are all new people. I've never played these people before, and that's a really good experience for me.
Meeting new people during the games is another big plus, she says.
You not only bond with everyone from Guam, but everyone in the hotel, because we're all in an athletes village, so it's just a bigger event overall, and it's more exciting, I think.
She says even when they lose a match, they still gain experience.
Everyone here is super talented and super dedicated. Yesterday we played Papua New Guinea, and I think the girls are one of the top seeded in the tournament, and they're really, really talented. And we lost, and it was a tough 2 matches, but they gave us a really good experience, and even just playing against them in a match format was good for us.
Violet Apishaw from Papua New Guinea plans to pursue tennis professionally in the future. What kind of preparation went into you getting to these games?
Well, I just got back from college from America, so I've been over there just playing tournaments and all of that, and then I came back to Australia and then did some training with my dad and my sister, and then went to Papua New Guinea for a few days to train with the whole team, and then we came to Saipan maybe 3 or 4 days earlier, so we practiced here as well.
She says her experience on Saipan has been very positive.
It's been great. The weather's been good, the beaches, and everyone here in Saipan have been great, just the culture and the people.
Reporting for KSPN 2 during the Pacific Mini Games, I'm Lanny Walker. The Northern Marianas College will play a pivotal role in connecting spectators to sport during the Pacific Mini Games. NMC President Galvin Guerrero took on a huge task in order to bring the 2022 Pacific Mini Games to your screen.
Well, we had 2 big challenges. The first challenge was getting all the gear that we needed because we're working with 11 different venues, dozens of games and events, hundreds of athletes, thousands of spectators. So we had to try to get that gear that just doesn't exist on island, whether it be cameras, computers, video switchboards, and cabling. So fortunately, it's all getting here on time, barely in the nick of time.
The second challenge, he said, was getting the human resources ready to operate all that gear.
We've been running a boot camp of sorts on videography, how to operate the cameras, how to operate the video switchboards, how to operate the streaming software.
About 40 volunteers, all who turned up for 4 3-hour training sessions, even though they were only required to attend one session.
They range in age from 14 years old to 40 years old, and they're all just very excited.
Although NMC has streamed many events in the past, this project came with strict guidelines they must follow.
Basically to meet Olympic standards, because you've got many different games with many different federations, all kind of under the Olympic umbrella. So there are very strict media guidelines that we have to follow, and it's been a learning curve for us to learn all of this stuff.
The volunteers met the challenge and have rounded that steep learning curve.
Some of them never having touched a camera to now operating video switchboards and even asking, is this frame right? So it's been a great boot camp to just get everyone introduced to videography and broadcasting.
All of the hard work means spectators anywhere in the world can watch the game with ease.
It's really simple. Just go on YouTube and search for Pacific Mini Games and you'll find the YouTube channel. And on that channel, we'll have separate video streams for all the different games.
Games will be streamed live, so check the schedule if you want to watch in real time, or you can go back and watch any archived games that you may have missed. NMC will also be streaming the opening ceremonies on Friday.
Which is really, really exciting because we've got the parade of athletes, which is always kind of cool. You've got the lighting of the torch, which is going to be really, really amazing. And then we've got our own local performers who are going to be performing Carolinian and Chamorro traditional dances and songs.
Guerrero said all the hard work will not go to waste after the games. He said they will use the experience as a springboard for a media communications program at the college.
So this is sort of like a good way to jumpstart that.
Reporting for KSPN 2, I'm Lanny Walker.
It's okay to take a friend or parent's medication. It came from a doctor, right?
Using someone's prescription is really risky. Taking any drugs for which you have not been medically screened is not only dangerous, but taking an opioid that was not prescribed for you is also illegal. Never borrow and never share prescribed medication. Your life and your loved one's life could depend on it. Talk to your doctor about prescribed opioids. Never mix with alcohol, and remember, never borrow, never share. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
It's a special year for the Pacific Mini Games, as for the first time in history, the sport of badminton will be added to the events. Now KSPN gets the first look at what we can expect. The inclusion of badminton in the Pacific Mini Games is considered a milestone. 7 countries are set to play against each other beginning next Monday, June 20. Badminton Oceania's Secretary General Julie Carroll states the court is ready. It's just not dressed up yet. There will be added signage to go around along with extra chairs for line judges.
This has been a 2-year project, and here we are with a badminton stadium set up ready to play.
New Caledonia and Tahiti are the top 2 seeds for the Pacific Mini Games mixed team events. Jonah Koo from New Caledonia was named the women's single champion back in 2019, and her track record speaks for itself, winning 6 gold medals, 3 silvers, and 2 bronze in previous tournaments. Koo has been playing for more than 30 years now.
I love because it's very funny to play badminton, easy, and for the competition I like the speed, the technical of the play.
It's her first time to the NMI, and she is happy to be a part of these significant games.
It's an honor to represent our country for so long time, and it's very enjoy to visit the Northern Marianas because it's the first time I came here. So it would be great to see all around the country and the people, yeah.
Remy Rossi from Tahiti is also known as a badminton champ around the Pacific region. He was recently in the Oceania Championships last April and was training with the France national badminton in preparations for the games before his arrival here to the NMI.
I just tap on my Instagram account. I said really thank you to all the people of Mariana, because when we arrived we felt like at home, because you welcomed us so well, and it was so appreciable to be here. The hotel is so nice, the people are so nice, the drivers on the bus, everybody is so nice here. So it's really I'm really happy to be here.
Stay with us as we bring you more on badminton. This is Sally Lemis for the Channel 2 News.
131 athletes from 15 participating countries are set to compete in weightlifting. The stage is set at Marianas High School Gym, where KSPN gets a first-hand look at the venue. The Public School System Athletic Department and Pacific Mini Games volunteers teamed up to transform a high school gym into an official weightlifting competition venue.
It was a lot of hard work. I'm thankful for all those guys that came in and helped us move, especially the weights around. That was one of the toughest ones.
According to venue manager Greg Borja, they laid down floor matting to protect the gym floors, set up the competition and training platforms.
But once we got one training platform set up, it was just about making everything look identical to it. The technical officials that have come in from the Oceania Weightlifting Federation are impressed with our setup. We just basically followed, what the guidelines are for setting up the field of play.
Borja says they are 98% ready and just have some technical matters to work through. However, the staging area and spectator viewing area is complete.
Spectators are allowed to go onto the folding chairs that we have laid out throughout the center of the gym and the bleachers, and then we do have a sectioned off space for our VIPs that do come in. Our major sponsors for the mini games, as well as officials that come in from other countries who represent their federations for weightlifting.
Ready to compete, NMI athlete and coach Antoinette Labausa explains her first impression of seeing the venue and the equipment.
And it's better than Christmas. It's really nice. I don't even want to take a rest day because I want to keep playing with the expensive toys. I feel like it's a beautiful venue. Our venue manager, Greg Borja, he did a really great job, especially with the decorations. I really appreciate the flags. The equipment, I think it's top tier.
Inside the venue, there are 2 areas, the warm-up zone and the competition stage.
So in weightlifting, you only have 1 day to compete because you're giving your max effort for your lifts for the snatch and the clean and jerk. They would take those 2 numbers of whatever you hit on the platform, which is the stage in the front. They'll add it together and then that will be your total.
Before being eligible to compete, all weightlifters must first make weight, explains Labausa.
There are weight categories. It's different for men and women. And our weight room is back there. So what would happen is 2 hours before the meet, our athletes will come in and weigh themselves, and if they're within their respective weight that they're supposed to be in, they are allowed to compete. If they are not yet at that number, they either have to lose the weight or gain the weight, depending on where you're at.
For some, that means having to meet their weight standard within 1 hour if they want to compete. Otherwise, they will be disqualified.
It's a really big mental prep, and you just kind of have to make sure your diet's on point, how much strength you can attain or obtain or maintain, actually, while you're either cutting weight or gaining weight.
Once making weight, the athlete can compete for the gold, and the first lift is a snatch, in which they get 3 attempts.
For example, if you hit a 100 kg snatch for your first lift and you make it, you get to do another lift 1 kilo higher, which kind of like the weight just increases to see how much you can do. And the highest number that you lift in the snatch will be recorded as your best snatch. And that goes for the same as the clean and jerk. So there's 3 lifts for the clean and jerk. Whatever you hit for the clean and jerk, the highest number will be recorded and added to the snatch as a total.
Labausa started back in 2014 when she was living in Hawaii. For the past 7 years, she has been training and competing in the intense sport. She tells KSPN what she loves most is the challenge, describing it as addicting.
I love it because it's hard. It's a challenge. It definitely tests you mentally and physically.
Borja says something unique about the Pacific Mini Games weightlifting competition is that it will be in conjunction with hosting the Oceania Senior Championships.
So there's going to be lifters who just competed in the Olympics who will be competing here on island also. So it's going to be a great sport for folks to come out and watch, because you're going to see some amazing athletes and some amazing talent out here.
You can see the weightlifting talent starting on June 20th through June 23rd. Reporting for KSPN 2 News, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Like the night before any big show, tensions run high at the added track as performers hold a final rehearsal for the opening night ceremony.
You need to emphasize to all of your performers that they need to be on time before 4 o'clock so that we can distribute the passes. Make sense?
Months of choreography, practice, sweat, and maybe even some tears led up to the performance of a lifetime.
My name is Parker Yobe. I'm the Executive Director for the Commonwealth Council for Arts and Culture. We've been tasked with our Department of Community Cultural Affairs. We were asked to handle the opening and the closing ceremony for the Pacific Mini Games we're hosting this year. We've been working hard for maybe almost a year. The performers from Rhoda, Tinian, as well as here, both Chamorro and Carolinian, they've been practicing separately in different locations, and for the past 2 weeks, they have slowly come to the field and started assembling together, and finally this week we've started practicing every aspect of the opening ceremony, from the parade and welcoming our guests into the field, from the grandstand, and everything. We're very excited.
Tell us a little bit about the meaning behind the performances.
We wanted to showcase the Chamorro and Carolinian culture. We wanted to use this opportunity to showcase the culture, the importance of culture, and passing it down to generations, which has been done to us.
And then just as a quick reminder,
keeping our culture, knowing where you come from, I think is an important part of everyone's life, knowing where you're going and knowing where you come from.
So that's it.
How does it feel to have so many people from the other Pacific Islands come to your island and see you all perform?
Oh, it's we are humbled. I think this is one of the the biggest event that I've ever been part of, and we've ever hosted as an office and as a committee. I'm humbled to be part of this, and it's a pleasure to help put this show together for our guests and our community.
Kind of like some dead air.
So you just finished your final rehearsal. What do you think? Are you guys ready for tomorrow night?
Yes, there's always things that happens with the shows that you don't expect happen. So those are expected, but I think we did great, and the dancers have been practicing hard. I want to thank them all for making time ever since, being patient with us with all the last minute changes that's been happening, and they've been there for us ever since day one, and I just want to thank them. And get your rest tonight, and we'll give them a powerful show tomorrow.
Some of the smallest performers are bound to make the biggest impact.
Hi guys, make sure you come to our performance tomorrow.
Most athletes started their sports before their teenage years, but one NMI women's Va'a athlete picked up a paddle a year ago and now takes on the title of captain for the Pacific Mini Games.
Yeah, I'm a newbie.
Wow.
Heather Calderwood may be a newbie, but now she is off for the races in one of her first ever competitions.
I'm excited. I mean, I think, if you love the water, you spend time on the water. That's what it's all about, just spending time on the water and get better the more you get into it. So.
And that's exactly what she did. As for the past 10 months, her training has been nonstop.
We, for the past 10 months, have been doing a lot of intense training. So we did a lot of work on the track and in the gym, and also, out on the water doing our different endurance training and also sprint training. So it's been a lot of work. Yeah, working on our turns, and the turns are very technical, so we've just been trying to work on those 1,500 turns. So right there on that flag, we have to really turn really tight in between those lanes. So. So I think we do have a bit of an advantage in that regard, just from training on the waters. For so often you get familiar with kind of like the line patterns and the wind patterns and the current, and so you kind of tend to pick a familiar route, and that's true especially for the long distance races. Kind of know which angle to aim for, and you kind of also have to be able to read the water to read which direction it's heading. So if the current's going a certain direction and you follow that a certain way, then your boat's going to move faster. So. Oh, it's awesome. It's the best part of paddling, because you work together and you can, if you win together, and you just go through everything on the boat together.
And don't forget to watch our coverage every night at 8 p.m., replays at 10 p.m., at 6:30 a.m. the next day, and at noon.
And you can also watch us on YouTube, that's at Flame Tree TV Production, or on Facebook at KSPN2 News.
All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Good night.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass, and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
make you an offer you can't refuse. Bring your friends in for the best night out at Godfather's Bar in Garabin. Sing along to your favorite hits with live music from the Gigolos. Godfather's has daily food and drink specials, like Taco Tuesdays. The best pizza on island every day of the week. Located on Palm Street in Garabin. Everybody is family at Godfather's Bar. Bada bing, bada boom.